Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Jeet Ki Pathshala. Today we will see chapter number 8 Industry from elective geography of class 9 under Seva. So let's see industry. The role of industries in the economic development of the world is far reaching. That means industries plays an important role for the economic development of a place. The importance of a place gets enhanced as soon as some industries are established there, and a place get developed very fast whenever some industries are established on that area. Industrialization especially helps in extraction and use of resources, generating employment opportunities and development of transport and markets. Industrialization means setup of industries. So whenever in a particular place industries are set up, it helps in extraction and use of resources. Okay, so the resources whichever are available on that area are generally used after the establishment or setup of industries in that area. Along with that, employment opportunities are also increased, and after that development of transport and development of markets can also be seen in that area. It means whenever some industries are set up in an area, different kinds of development can be seen, which we call economic development. The countries which are advanced in industrialization may be included in the category of developed countries, and those countries which are advanced in industries may be considered as developed countries. So it means those countries which are developed in industry are generally known as developed nation. It is worth mentioning that industries are not equally coming up in different regions of the world. It is important to note down here that industries are not equally coming up in different regions of the world. It means industries are not growing equally in all the part of the world. For the development of industries, favorable environment is required, and for the development of industries or to set up of industries, good environment is required. Moreover, industries may be of various types, and hope you know that industries are of various types. In this chapter, attempt is made to discuss on the types of industries, factors of industrial location and distribution, and production of two major industries of India. So basically in this lesson we will discuss about the types of industries and the different factors, the setup of industries and distribution and production of two major industries of India. Let's see a little bit about types of industries. Let's see types of industry. A variety of commodities are needed to fulfill our demands. From early in the morning to till night, we need different kinds of goods and items to fulfill our needs. Many of these are supplied by the industries, and many of the daily needs are supplied by the industries. As an industry produces limited numbers of product, a large number of industries are required to meet human demands for increasing variety of commodities. And as we know that a single industry cannot produce all the commodity necessary for the human being. So to fulfill the demands of human beings, different kinds of industries are necessary. The growing demand of expanding population and the rapid growth of science and technology. So as you know that population is increasing in rapid manner, and along with the increasing population, the demand of human beings are also increasing. So with the help of science and technology, it is possible to establish different kind of industries. On the basis of size, raw materials used, types of products and ownership pattern, industries may be divided into the following classes. So whatever industries are there, these are divided into different kind of categories, like on the basis of size, raw materials used, type of products and ownership pattern, industries are generally divided. So let's see some of these categories. Number 1, as per the size of the establishment, industries may be three types. Number 1 is household industry, then it comes small scale industry, third one is large scale industry. So number 2, on the basis of raw materials used, let's see, industries may be of 5 different types. Number 1 is agro-based industries, because here generally agricultural products are used in the industry. Second, it is mineral-based industries. So it means here mineral will be used as the raw materials. Then chemical-based industry, forest-based industry, and number 5 is animal-based industries. So these categories you have to remember. Whatever 5 types are given here, you have to remember all these. On the basis of the output or products, industries may be of 2 types. So on the basis of output, that means how much it produced or what kind of commodities are generally produced. On the basis of output and products, industries may be of 2 types. Number 1 is basic industry and number 2 is consumers good industry. Fourth one is on the basis of the ownership of the establishment. Industries may be of 3 types. Number 1 is public sector industries, then it comes private sector industry, and number 3rd one is cooperative industry. So now whatever industries we have got above just now, we have to discuss all these. So let's begin with household industry at first. This kind of industry is generally organized at household level by the family members. So household industries are generally established at house only, where the family members work as a labor. This industry is very small in size, and household industries are very small in size. The household industries produce goods using local raw materials and traditional technology. So the household industry generally produce goods by using the local raw materials. They will not supply any raw materials, or they will not import any raw materials from some other places. Whatever raw materials are available on the local area, they will use that one to produce the goods, and basically they use traditional types of tools. The products are generally used by the concerned family or sold in the local markets, and whatever commodities or whatever products are produced by household industry, maximum of these are used by the family members, or sometimes they sold in the local markets. Products mainly include are pottery or metallic utensils, handloom cloths, food items, furnitures and ornaments. These are the products which are produced by the household industry. Now let's see the next one, that is small scale industry. This industry has great importance in the thickly populated countries like China and India. Small scale industry plays important role in such country which is very thickly populated. Examples are given here like China and India. That means the role of small scale industry is very high in countries where population is very high like China and in India. This industry is somewhat different from household industry in terms of location, application of technology, and this small scale industry is little bit different as compared to household industry. In the small scale industries, the numbers of laborers employed and capital investment are limited. In small scale industries, laborers are limited because we have already seen basically the family members works as a labor in household industry, and the capital investment or the money invested on such kind of industry is also very less, but in small scale industry it is higher than household industry. This type of industry generally depend on local available raw materials and labor force, and this small scale industry also basically depends on the raw materials available on the local area, and also the local people are used as the labor force. These industries help the local people in economic development and enhancing their purchasing power. And this kind of industries help the local people because they get opportunity to purchase from this industry. The growth of small scale industry can contribute towards decentralization of industry in an area. So the growth of small scale industry will help to decentralize of industries in an area. Next it comes large scale industry. This type of industry requires huge capital. So large scale industry needs huge capital, means more money. This industry also require different types of raw materials, and even the labor should be trained workforce means the labor should be trained. Along with that, like modern technology, sufficient energy resources, and large markets are some of the necessary characteristics of large-scale industries. As these industries are dependent on international market, their management is also very complicated. And this kind of industry means large scale industry, whatever items they produce, they generally supply in the international market. So to manage this kind of company or this kind of industry is very complicated. That means it is critical to manage such industries. The large-scale industries are mainly concentrated in the developed countries of Europe and North America. Basically, large-scale industries can be seen in countries of Europe and North America. Generally, many other medium and small-scale industry may come up centering around the large-scale industries, and those areas where large-scale industries can be seen, nearby these, some small-scale industry have also grown up. There are many large-scale industries in countries like Japan, China, and India. So these are some countries where we can see large-scale industry. The large-scale industries in course of time may upgrade an area to an industrial region. So the area where large-scale industries are established, later on that area may converted into an industrial region. So next topic is agro-based industry. Agro-based industry generally means those kind of industries which are based on agriculture. It means these industries use agricultural product as their raw materials. The industries that depend on crops and other agricultural products are called agro-based industries. So you have to remember the answer. If the question comes, what do you mean by agro-based industry, then you should write the industries that depend on crops and other agricultural products are called agro-based industry. Any industry which uses the agricultural product as the raw materials are known as agro-based industry. The agricultural products need some kind of processing to make them fit for use or storage. As you know that in primary occupation, whatever goods are directly collected from the nature may not be in usable form. So some of these things need transformation or processing. So these industry purchase those raw materials and fit for use and for storage. For this purpose, industries like rice mill, wheat mill, sugar mill, oil mill, tea processing, spice mills have been established. Certain crops are extensively grown in a specific season of the year, and there are certain crops which are grown extensively in a year. For the purpose of export of such products, agro-based industries may also come up. And to supply these products, suppose if a farmer produces high amount of paddy, then that individual cannot supply these items to the foreign country. So agro-based industries plays important role in such works. It is important to note that almost all the agricultural countries of the world, agro-based industries are found to have great importance. So it is important to note that not only in India, in all the countries of the world, agro-based industries plays an important role. Now next is mineral-based industries. So by the name, I think you can understand mineral-based industries are those industries which used mineral as their raw materials. The raw materials of this type of industries are constituted by various types of mineral resources. So here mineral-based industries are those industries which uses different types of mineral as the raw materials. The mineral-based industries generally come up in the areas rich in mineral resources. So generally mineral-based industries are established on those areas which are rich in mineral resources. However, nowadays with the growing transport facilities, mineral-based industries are found to come up even in the areas where minerals are not available. Nowadays, because of expansion of transport and communication or development of transport and communication, it has been possible to set up industry in those areas which is not rich in mineral resources. This type of industry includes manufacturing of iron and steel, aluminum, copper, and production of petroleum. So some of the example of such industries are given here, like manufacturing of iron and steel, aluminum, copper, and production of petroleum. Next it comes forest-based industries. The human civilization is overwhelmingly dependent on forest resources. So basically human being or human development is dependent on the different resources which are available in the forest. The forests provide a variety of resources for human use, and the forest gives us many types of resources for our development. Based on these resources, a large number of industries may come up, and on the basis of different types of resources available in the forest, many industries, especially forest-based industry, have grown up. Timber, plywood, it should be plywood, not polywood, okay? Timber, plywood, and paper industries are the example of forest-based industries. Timber, plywood, and paper industry generally use the raw materials that we get in the forest. So basic industry. Now basic industry is one of the most important topic of our syllabus. You will 100% get a question from basic industry. Okay, the question will be, what do you mean by basic industry? Okay, so let's understand what is basic industry. This type of industries generally produce raw materials for some other industries. So basic industries means that kind of industries which produces raw materials for some other industry. The iron and steel industries is considered as basic industries as it provides necessary raw materials for machines building industries. So basically you have to think that iron and steel are the two basic industry because it produces raw materials for other industries, isn't it? There are many other company, many other industries which needs iron and steel. So iron industry and steel industry are the example of basic industry. You can see the example like machine building industry. There are many industries where different kind of machines are being produced. So they take or they purchase raw materials from iron and steel industries. So basic industry, what you understand by the term basic industry? Basic industries are those industries which produces raw materials for some other industries. Example, iron and steel industry. So the machineries which are produced are generally applied to produce other commodities. Therefore, iron and steel industry is a basic industry. So now consumer goods industry. This type of industry produces goods directly for the use of consumers. So consumer goods industries are those industries which produces different types of goods directly for the use of the consumer. So these industry make different kind of commodity for the use of consumers. Food processing, tea or coffee industry, radio and television, manufacturing industries, soap industry, and many such other industries are included in the category of consumer goods industry, because here you can see the example like it is written soap industry or radio and television industry. These industry, after manufacturing these items, they will not sell to some other companies. Not yet. These products are directly sold to the consumer because these are ready to use. During the recent period, such industries are expanding very fast, and at present these kind of industries are growing very fast. Next is public sector industry. The public sector industries are managed by the government. So here public sector industries are those industries which have to work under the government. Government generally controls public sector's industry. Keeping the public interest in the view, this type of industry is established with government capital investment. So for the benefit of the public, these kind of industries are established by the government with their money. In India, a large number of public sectors industries are there. So at present in India, many public sector industries are also there. These industries have special significance in the socialist country. This kind of industries plays an important role in the socialist country. Now let's see private sector industry. This type of industry is established by the private investor, and private sector industries are those industries which are established by the private investor. Private investor means if you have lots of money, you can also establish industry. These industries are managed either individually or by private sector organization, and private sector industry are generally controlled either by the individual, that means if you are the owner you can control the industry, if not then some organization will look after private sector industry. Private sector's industries are dominant in the capitalistic country of the world. So private sectors are generally seen in the rich country of the world. Factors of industrial location. So now let's see what kind of location is suitable for the establishment or the setup of industries. Everywhere in a country, industry does not grow. Yes, we know that one. All the states, all the districts are not advanced in industries. Certain areas, industry may come up easily, or somewhere it may take some time, and with the passage of time, that area also get converted into industrial region. Generally, a number of natural and socio-economic factors determine the growth as well as location of industries. So there are many factors which are responsible for the establishment or for the growth of industries. Location is basically a geographical concept, and location is basically depend on the geography, that means the location of that place. Therefore, there is a scope for analyzing the location of any kind of institution from geographical perspective. So it is necessary to finalize or to make a survey of any place, okay, before establishing any kind of institution. Suppose if you want to set up an industry, then what you have to do, you have to go and at least visit the location, whether it will be suitable for the establishment of industries or not, is not it? So you have to look that one, and then only you have to decide whether you should establish industry or not in that place. The following is a brief discussion on certain important factors for industrial localization. So now we will discuss the different types of factors which are generally necessary for the development of an industry. So whatever factors are there, we will see in the next day. So this much for today. So remaining part of the lesson will continue in the next day. So thank you very much for watching our video.